Hello everyone, my name is Ismail, but you can call me MI, and welcome back to Genshin Impact. So, in this video, I am going to play every domain that is available in this game at the moment. Now, if I'm not mistaken, in this game there's about 11 domains that is available. So, I am going to challenge every single domain in single player, and hopefully I am going to survive without getting killed. So yeah, this is basically a video of me sharing of how I do my domains. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, now firstly, I'm going to do these domains from easiest to the hardest domains in the game. So the easiest domains are the weapon essential materials. So I am going to start with that first. So we're at the Cecilia Garden domain, which is the monster weapon essential materials. So yeah, let's do it. Okay, before I start doing the domains, I'm going to show you of my team, my parties. So the first team comprises of Venti, Sucrose, Amber, and Lisa. So this team basically deal elemental damages, which is swirl effects between between Pyro and Animo, and Electro and Animo. So the next team is Hutao, Jiangling, Beidou, and Fisher. This team also deals the elemental damages, and which comprises of the Electro and Pyro, which initiates explosions, overload. Now for the third party, it comprises of Ganyu, Keqing, Jin, and Rosaria. Now this team is quite balanced in my personal opinion, because I have Ganyu and Keqing, where these two will become DPS or sub DPS. Jin will become the main healer, and Rosaria will be the physical damage dealer. And lastly is the team 4, because team 4 I wrote it new because sometimes this is the team where I want to put new teams here. Maybe I need to reorganize my teams. I will do it here. These three are the main teams that I always use in games. So let's start with this domain with this team. Okay, Rosaria is almost dead. I better heal her up before doing this domain. Okay, nice. Now in this domain, I will just shoot full bloom arrows at them, just like that, and let them freeze. So simple. This is the easiest domain ever. Now for the beast mages, I will just do like this. What? I got trapped in a bubble. Damn it. No. I really hate those bubbles. So I completed this domain in 2 minutes and 12 seconds. To be honest, that's not my best time, but whatever. Let's go. Let's move on to the next domain. Okay, the next domain that I am going to do is the Hidden Palace of Lianshan Formula, which is the Liyue Weapon Ascension Materials domain. So let's do it. So in this domain, it is recommended for you to use Pyro and Cryo elements characters. So I'm just going to use this party also because this is the best party in my personal opinion. This is my main party. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Oh shit, I pressed the wrong. I hate when these Chinchin mages blink. Stop doing that. These things are so annoying. Well, that's not the best time that I can make, but it will do. So yeah, that's not the very best time that I can make, so never mind about that. Let's go to the next domain. Okay, for the next domain, it is the Forsaken Rift domain, which is the Monster Talent Level Up Materials domain. So let's start the domain. Now in this domain, I will use these characters, which deals pyro and electro damages. So let's start it. Okay. Usually when I do this domain, I will summon Oz first and then Goba and then use Beido's counter attack, and let's see what's happened after that.
がいい。
5番それやさよなら。
やっ
姿を見せよ。
これが海山を滅ぼしたつった。はあはあせいやっ
話が通じないなら黒き翼よ昼夜を切り裂きなさい。表現のチャンス。
Okay, now that domain was surprisingly easy. If you say so, if I say so myself, I completed it in 2 minutes. So yeah, I think that was actually a good run for this domain. So now let's go to the next domain. Now, the next domain is the Taishan Mansion, which is the Liyue talent level up materials domain. So now let's start doing it. Now, in this domain, it is recommended for you to use Hydro, Cryo, and Electro characters. But I am going to use my main team, which is the Team 3, Party 3, which comprises of Ganyu, Keqing, Jin, and Rosaria. So, without further ado, let's start the domain.
Yep. ついていきます。
Where are they?
いざショッ
Ow.
まっはっ
よっそりゃはっよっでやふわっはっはあ
健康よ世の乱れを切り尽くせ。いざ風よ私に応える。はっ諦めた。そこパーディクトおさわり禁止。いけ
痛い。
この仕事は排除するべきですね。風の神よ我らを我が剣よ影に従え。いざ勝負せいっそう関係まっはっはっよっ剣に誓う。はっやっ
Well, that domain took about 1 minute and 50 seconds, which is actually pretty good if you ask me. So yeah, let's go to the next domain. Now, from this point and onwards, the domains will be artifact domains. So first, I am going to do the Valley of Remembrance domain, which is the animal and healer artifacts. So let's start it. Okay, now in this domain, as you can see, there's no recommended elements here, because in this domain it is recommended for you to use characters that has high physical damages bonuses. But as you can see, this is my team that I am going to use in this domain. As you can see, these teams are not very good in physical damages, but that's the reason why I want to use this team in this domain. So let's start it. Well, Amber is almost dead, so I'm going to heal her first, then continue with the domain.
遊ぼうよ。吸引テスト開始。安全距離確認。足元に気をつけて。逃げようなんて思わないでよね。雨のような。
So that's the reason why I use
ここだよ。
this team in this domain, because Venti's elemental burst can just trigger
一緒に遊ぼう
area of
よ。
effect and crowd controlling,
風だ。
and it's really helpful in this domain because it can just suck all of the mobs just like that.
吸引テスト開始。安全距離無双の風。ここだよ。お、逃げようなんて思わないでよね。ふう。た。ふっふっ。しびれなさい。
Now, as you can see, I completed this domain in 1 minute and 30 seconds. It's going to be so easy if you have Venti in your team in this domain, because Venti can just easily suck all of the enemies in one place and you can just deal elemental damages to them and probably trigger swirls or any other elemental. So yeah, now let's go to the next domain. Now the next domain that I am going to do is the Midsummer Courtyard domain, which is the Electro Artifacts domain. So let's start the domain. Now in this domain, I will also use the same team as the previous domain. So yeah, let's start it, because most of the mobs here can easily be sucked by Venti, so it's actually going to be quite easy, I think so. So let's start the domain. What? I really hate when that happens.
超拡散形態。一緒に遊ぼうよ。もう逃げ道はないよ。逃げようなんて思わないでよね。この子たちで盛り上げよう。風だ。雨のような。安全距離確認。無双の風。はあ。逃げようなんて思わないでよね。百発百中。足元に気をつけて。6308式ユニット。風だ。
Well, that's not good.
雨のような。
Okay. What? You're still alive?
吸引テスト
You're still alive?
そりゃ一緒に遊ぼうよ。
Now she's dead. Okay. Well, that domain was actually quite good. Took me 12 minutes and 24 seconds. So yeah, now let's go to the next domain. Okay, now the next domain is the Hidden Palace of Zhao Formula, which is the Pyro Artifacts domain. So let's start the domain. So in this domain, it is recommended for you to use cryo characters. So I am going to use this team, but it is also advisable not to use electro characters in this domain, because it will cause a thunderbolt which is going to damage your characters. So if you ask me if I should actually use Keqing here, the answer is no, but I don't know, I don't care, I don't want to change my team right now. So let's start the domain. Where are you going? Ow. Oh my god. Well, and that's the end of the domain. It took me 2 minutes and 40 seconds. So, well, the domain wasn't actually that easy because I have Keqing and she's gonna get a ton of damages. But I have Jane, so she can just heal her up just like that. And yeah, let's move on to the next domain. Now, the next domain that I am going to do is the Peak of Vindagne. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that word, so I'm sorry if my pronunciation is crap. So, this domain is where you can farm hydro and cryo artifacts. So, let's start the domain. Okay, so in this domain, I am going to use this team, which I reorganized just now, because this domain is not actually that easy, even though it only has 2 hostile mobs, but they are really strong. So it is recommended for you to use Pyro, Electro, Geo, and Anemo characters, but I don't put Geo in this team because my Geo characters are really weak. My Geo characters are only the Traveler, Noel, and Ningguang, which I just got a few weeks back. So yeah, I'm going to use this team. Hutao and Keqing will be the main DPS, Jin will be the sub DPS / healer, and Fisher will just be the sub DPS, which means she is just going to summon Oz. So let's start the domain. I better heal Hutao up first before starting this domain. Yeah, let's start the domain.
断罪の名によ
健康よ世の乱れを切り尽くせ瞬く間にはっそりゃふっせや
Woo, that's almost hit me. No. Well, who thought that?
剣よ影に従えいざ
Okay, that did not went as
風よ
that good.
私にさ
夜の権限
じはっはっそりゃはあ逃がさない
ほっ
そりゃでや瞬く間健康よ世の乱れを切り尽くせ
黒き翼よ昼夜を切り裂きな
我が剣よ影に従え剣に誓ういざ勝負する
おいおやおいよっ
No, ah shit.
健康よ
Yeah, she
世の乱
just
れを
added
切り
another layer of armor on him.
瞬く間に風の神我らを
姿を見せよ
Ow! No, please don't kill her. Ow, no.
両言の蝶
Okay, Hutao almost died twice, but I still managed to complete the domain even though it was probably one of the hardest domain in the game. So yeah, let's go to the next domain. Now the next domain that I am going to do is the clear pool and mountain cavern, which has the I forgot what artifacts that is available in this domain because I rarely go to this domain. Now the artifacts that is available in this domain is the bloodstained chivalry and the noblesse oblige. So let's start the domain. Well, in this domain it is recommended for you to have geo characters, but as you might have known, my geo characters in this game are weak, so I'm just going to use my main team. Oh, wrong.
いざ風雪の縮図いざ勝負
Oh my god! Woo!
剣に誓う
Whoa, I almost died.
はあ相関結晶
Okay.
眠るな諦めてやここや陣営の
No.
我が剣よ影に従え風よ私に答えまたはっやっはあこの仕事は排除するべきですね陣営のはっはあやっはっさっそれはっせいいざ勝負やっはあ
Okay, that domain took me less than 2 minutes to complete it. And it was actually not that hard if you just target one of the abyss mages at a time, and it will be not that difficult. So yeah, now let's get on to the next domain. Now the next domain is the domain of Guyun, which is the Geo Artifacts domain. So yeah, let's go. Let's start the domain. Oh yeah. Now I remember. Before I start this domain, I'm gonna show you guys a very neat trick. I am okay. I am going to use this theme in this domain, but in order for me to show you this neat trick, I don't know it's called a trick, but a tip for you guys. I'm going to use this theme because Venti is in this theme. This trick is actually really requires only Venti to do. I will show you why. Okay, now in this domain there's actually a Ruin Hunter, and we all know that Ruin Hunter are actually a pain in the butt to try and defeat them. But if you have Venti, it might be a little bit easier for you to defeat them, because first thing, these things rarely show their weak points, but if you have Venti, you can trigger their weak points in command. So let's try this domain. Now first, let him attack you first and make sure you dodged it, and then you hold Venti's elemental skill, and then here he shows you his weak point, and just shoot him. Okay, I missed that. Let's try it again. Okay, I hit them, and then just do your thing. Just use Venti's elemental burst and just suck everyone at him. You can deal a lot of damage on him, and you can probably just clear this domain really easy. Okay, that's all I'm going to show you. Okay, let's leave the domain. Okay, now I'm back now with my main team, so let's complete this domain. Ow, no. Haha, you missed me. And whatever. Ow, no. Oh.
許さない健康よ世の乱れを切り尽くせほっいけほっはっせやふんふっはっせやふっまたふっほっふんはっパーフェクト諦めた陣営の我が剣よ影に従え風よ私に応えるのいざ許さないまた風雪の縮図陣営のごとく
What the hell? So that domain took longer than usual. So yeah, probably because in order to break the Abyss Mage's shield is gonna take some time, but never mind. Now let's go to the last domain in the game. This is the last domain, which is actually the latest domain that is added into the game. So which is the Rich Watch, which comprises of two set of artifacts, which is the tenacity of the millelith and the pale flame artifacts. So let's start the domain. So in this domain, it is also recommended for you to use Geo element characters, but you know me, I'm not going to do that because my Geo team is really weak. So I'm just gonna use my main team. Oh no no. Okay. Okay, now that was the end of the domains. Now that domain was actually quite easy if you just spam your elemental burst and elemental scale, and it should be quite easy for you to do so. So yeah, that's the end of the domain, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay guys, now that was my domain run in this game. So now I want to ask you guys, how good was my domain run? Was it good? Was it bad? Leave a comment down below so for me to read, or maybe you could give me some tips on how to do the domains much more easier. And also you can also comment on my characters. For example, you want to say that my Venti sucks, which he does. So yeah, that's the end of the video. So if you like the video, please hit the like button, and if you want more content from my channel, hit the subscribe button, and you will do me a huge favor by doing so. So yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys in the next video of mine. Bye bye.